Hi everybody, it's Katie back with another episode of my vlog. And Henry, who is my, as well as being my son, is my manager and editor for this vlog. He has informed me that this is the 100th episode of my vlog, which is pretty cool. Proud of myself for sticking with it for this long. I'm not planning on quitting anytime soon, so thanks for coming along on this ride with me, you guys. And when I was thinking about what to do for my 100th vlog update, I realized I haven't done a studio update in a while. And as you guys know, working in the studio is just about my favorite thing to be doing. And I like to kind of keep you guys up with what's going on with my studio work. And I haven't done one in a while. So I thought it would be appropriate to do studio update for vlog number 100. Biggest news around here is yesterday I did another one of my dye days, indigo dye session using my tied up shibori prepared work. And this was completely necessitated by everybody buying masks from me and buying me out of the teeth patterned fabric that you guys all seem to love so much. So I set out to make a whole bunch more teeth fabric. And it's been a few weeks of tying everything up, getting it all ready to go. And then yesterday was dye day. Awesome. I love dye day. And I made more teeth fabric. So first of all, I made the sort of lighter background teeth fabric. You guys can see the row of stitching that makes the teeth pattern. Each of these lines of stitching will make one mask. So quite a bit of work goes into it before I can actually make them into masks, but now I have the fabric. So I did the lightest version like this. I do a kind of medium toned version like this. And then the darkest version, which is the least tied up and is exposed to the most dye, comes out like that. So super pleased with how this came out. Each of these pieces of fabric will yield 7 masks, and I made 6 of them. So I'm showing off 3 of them, but I actually made 2 of each pattern. So that'll keep me going for a little while, but if you guys keep buying masks as fast as you have been, I'm gonna run out of that pretty soon and have to do a whole nother dye day, but I'm not mad about that because you guys know how much I love dyeing. Always funny, right? I love dyeing. I love dyeing. I also did, the last time I did a dye day, I did this kind of cool pattern, which resulted from cutting the fabric up into these kind of long, skinny strips and then braiding the strips together. So this is one segment of the braid. I have 3 pieces of fabric, of course, because it was a braid that are patterned like that. They all come out, of course, a little bit different than each other. It all depends on how the kind of fabric is pleated, what part of the fabric can see the dye, and what part of the fabric is kind of stuck on the inside. Anything that's white is what was inside when it was folded up, and anything that's the darkest blue is what was on the outside when it was folded up. So pretty pleased with how those came out. I also tried a new thing this time, which I'm very pleased with how it came out. Back up here, kind of a bigger piece of fabric that I actually pleated it diagonally and then bound it up with rubber bands. So I got that cool diagonal stripe pattern there. I'm not quite sure what this one is going to wind up being. Probably some masks, but also I have several friends who are going to have babies soon. So I am in the process of working on multiple baby quilts. The piece on the wall behind me is actually going to be the back of a quilt for a baby who's going to be born soon. So I'm not going to say whose baby it is so everyone can guess about which baby's getting what quilt, but I was pretty stoked with how that one came out. And oh, I have another example here. It's like it's all piling up on the table in front of me. Excuse me. I also made a hoodie, which might be for myself or it might be available for sale. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it yet. It does fit me. Stand up so you guys can see this one too. So it looks kind of just random, sort of stripy on the front. But what I was actually doing here was, if you look at the back of it, I did my favorite, as you guys know, that Kumo spider web style. There's the center of the spider web right there. And I put it right in the center of the back so that all the lines would be radiating out. Oof, it's hard to show this on a video. from that central point. So I dig this hoodie a lot, but I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it. As you guys can see, and as you know, I am a all black all the time person. So I don't actually wear that much of my own shibori work, but had to give that a try on that hoodie. So we'll see. I might put that one up for sale on the shop, but I might just decide to keep it for myself. I do have a couple other sweatshirts I made that I don't have in this room for some reason, which I am going to be putting up on the shop. So if that's something that you're interested in, check that out. And if you like my work, but the exact shirts that you see on the website are maybe the wrong size, or you don't like that pattern as much as another one, of course, message me. I'm always excited to do custom work for people. I love doing this shibori binding and dye work. And I love sending my dye work out into the world to be worn by other people and to be loved. And I know I just sound like a giant hippie when I say that stuff, but I love it. It makes me feel really good. So get at me if you want to get some custom dye work. So yeah, very excited to have a whole nother pile of fabric to work with in the studio. And like I said, I am working on multiple baby quilts right now. I'm not going to show too much of those while they're in progress, just because I want them to be a little bit of a surprise. I think the people who follow my vlog who are pregnant right now know if they're getting a baby quilt from me. So get excited, guys. The other thing I'm working on right now is actually a rework. I kind of wanted to talk about that because I think a lot of artists don't really talk about when something's not working out and they, ditch a project or put it aside, or what do they do with that when something's just not quite working right. So my process is, if I start working on something and I'm not quite liking how it's coming out, or I kind of lose interest, or something's just not going right with it, I put it away and I just leave it away for a while. And sometimes the while is a couple months, and sometimes the while is a couple of years. But I eventually come back to every project, and sometimes I finish the project in the state that I originally intended to finish it in, but other times it kind of takes another turn and gets reworked into something else and takes on a new life. So I wanted to show you guys, I started working on this vest, God, I want to say like 3 years ago. It might even be 4 years ago. I'm in a stroke dimension time warp, so I don't know. Anyhow, it's just a little black vest, but it's got this kind of cool embroidery that I did on it. And the coolest part, of course, is the back patch. This is my interpretation of a design by Sean. Let me see if I can hold both things up at once here. So there's my interpretation. There's the original that I'm interpreting. Sean's artwork from this awesome Witch Bitch patch, which I started making into this rad custom vest. But I made a big mistake when I started making this vest, and that is, this thing is tiny. It is super duper small. And I am a pretty big person, and a lot of my friends are pretty big people, and this vest is too small for anybody. And as soon as I realized how small of a vest I was actually making, and that there's like not a lot of people that could wear this, I just stopped, you guys. I could not take another step. I was like, what child is gonna wear this with a sweater on their back? Or like I had to find like the tiniest little witch bitch adult woman ever and somehow convince her that it was her vest. Ooh. So I put it away, and it's just been sitting, it's hanging, not actually like folded up in a closet or anything, but hanging up on my garment rack, like I said, for years. And I've been kind of wondering, what am I gonna do? And one of the things I do, I don't know if you guys can see this, but both the top rocker there and the central back patch are actually on black canvas backgrounds. They're not applied directly to the vest. And one of the reasons I do that is to give my designs more stability. But another reason why I do that is if I want to change my mind and rework something, it makes it a lot easier to take something off of an old vest and move it to something new. So I am thrilled to tell you guys that one of my friends who has hired me to do a custom jacket for her wants to be the proud owner of this top rocker and this back patch. So I'm going to be taking them off of this little teeny tiny vest, and I'm going to put them on to her actual real size jacket. Not that there aren't real people that are small sizes, but as a big old person, I always sort of, who can fit in that? Anyhow, I'm super excited to rework this design and give it new life and have it be worn by one of my dearest friends, one of my oldest friends. We've known each other for almost 40 years now, which is hard to believe. We met in kindergarten. So I'm super excited. I'm making her this whole like witchy woman vest that's going to have a lot of things like a black cat and, you know, fortune teller and tarot cards and a broom and a mortar and pestle and a book of spells and sort of all of the different little icons of what a witch might have. And I was so thrilled that she chose to have the big version of the Witch Bitch patch put onto her jacket. So of course I will update you guys and show you when I've actually done that one so you can get the idea of what this vest is going to be transformed into. And that's pretty much it. I don't have a lot of other stuff that I'm working on right now. Like I said, you guys are keeping me really busy with making the masks. Thank you so much for buying them. I've just been trying to focus on doing more dye work, more sewing work, just more, get it out there, right? And just keep on going and keep, you know, it just is my favorite thing to do. So I'm not going to stop doing it. So I'm thrilled that I have a place to actually send it to. And it's not just piling up here around the studio. And one thing that I did think of, let me know if any of you are sewers also, if you like to make your own cloth masks, if you like to make quilts or whatever. I never really thought of it, but I am totally willing to just sell my hand-dyed yardage. Like, you know, if you just want to get a piece of fabric like this, or, you know, this one that I showed, oh, they're all stacked up on each other now. This one I showed earlier that's got the diagonal stripes on it. If you're interested in something like that for your own projects, let me know. I've never actually thought really of selling dyed yardage for other people to use in their projects, but sounds cool to me. I would love to dye some fabric for you. So again, let me know, comment down below, or you can always email me, katie@goblinco.com if you want to get in touch. And if you have a cool dyed project to show me, please do email me. I would love to see your work. I had someone just the other day comment on one of my older videos asking how they could share their work with me. So please, katie@goblinco.com is my email, and I would love to see your work. I would love to talk about your techniques or, you know, answer questions if you have them, anything like that. You guys know where I am. All right, that's gonna wrap up vlog number 100. Whew, I can hardly believe it. I will be back in a few more days with the Cinema Club Sunday Roundup. Spoiler alert, we just watched all 3 episodes of V: The Final Battle, so I'm ready to talk about that. And we're concluding Western Wednesday tonight with a surprise entry in the Western catalog. You guys are going to have to stay tuned to find out what that one is. But until Sunday, everybody out there, take care and stay safe. And as usual, thank you so much for watching.